You gotta let me know if I'm speaking hell weird because this ear's completely blocked.
Yeah, I will, bud.
The left ear.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really help that you're on my left side, but yeah.
You want to switch sides?
I was thinking that, but a bit weird.
I remember the one time we tried to switch sides, you were a little bit weird about it.
It hell tripped me out.
Welcome back to the SJ's podcast. I just wanted to mention firstly, I just wanted to confirm, you know who Chanco is?
Chanco. Jake's been going on about this all morning.
Do you know who Chanco is? Yeah or no?
Chanco or the pig guy?
They're the same. They're the same.
Well, I do now. I didn't 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
But I do now.
And what do you think?
It's Chanco. Like, respect to him.
So what about John Pork?
He trips me out a bit.
Yeah. But John Pork is Chanco.
No.
That's the part that that's originally why I asked if you can confirm if you know who Chanco is. Because you're saying you know who Chanco is.
Chanco isn't John Pork.
You're saying you know who John Pork is.
Yeah, they're different people.
But then you're saying they're different, yeah.
They are different.
Well, to be honest, I guess it's whoever you ask.
Yeah, I believe they are different from that interview I watched of Islam.
Yeah.
I believe they're different.
And that fair enough. If you believe in something, then it's usually true. That's the case.
Yeah.
That's what I'd tell anybody going through a drug-induced psychosis.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's start off with you're doing dry January. So
yeah.
Dry January is in not drinking for the whole of January.
The reason why I did that was purely because Boxing Day, caught up with a few fellas, great time. We had a few beers. It was a really good day.
You actually because just before the New Year's, Marnie went away, your missus.
Yeah.
And you just went flat out on the piss. As soon as your missus left, you just got flat out on the piss for like 2 weeks.
Oh, I wouldn't say 2 weeks.
A week. Or maybe like 5 days.
But that's the Chrissy period, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't the Chrissy period every year? Like, you get flat out?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, if that's your theory, fair enough.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's explicitly because she went away. I'm just saying when she went away, you got flat out on the booze.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. We went out, did SJ's Eats. We had a few.
If you haven't watched that, good.
Yeah, great video, that one. And then we had the SJ's Chrissy party. That was a big day. And then a few of the boys were over from Darwin, so caught up with them. But boxing, so that was Boxing Day. And then the day after Boxing Day, the 27th, I just felt so shit, like the hangover. I was like, I don't want to feel like this for a while. So I didn't really think about doing dry January. I was like, I just don't want to drink for a while. And then it was halfway through January. I was like, I may as well just do the whole Jan. So it wasn't like planned.
But is dry January more of like an excuse to tell people like when they ask?
100%.
Because that's what I picked up. I was like, the problem in Australia when you don't drink is everyone's like, why the fuck aren't you drinking? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be fun, whatever.
You're a loser.
And so, yeah, you got to come up with just these excuses or reasons as to why you're not drinking to suffice to suffice them, the people that are asking.
Well, it's a lot easier. And then then they stop asking.
Yeah.
Because it was obviously Hottest 100 party the other day. So I think it was the day before, or a few days before, someone was like, oh, beers this weekend. And I was like, oh, I'm doing it. And I straight away just said dry January. And then you're right. And then they're like, oh, sick.
Yeah.
Whereas if I said, I'm not drinking, they'll be like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Just have one. Just have two.
There must be some sort of terminology used for that, but the peer pressuring in Australia is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I used to peer pressure people so bad into drinking. Well, not so bad, but I used to do it. And then a switch just flicked. And I was like, nah, if someone doesn't want to drink, don't make them drink.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And so
I actually learnt that off you.
Sometimes even now, like if someone's not drinking for like a big event or something, in my head I'm like, oh, come on, cunt. But at the same time, I'm like, if someone, like alcohol is not the barometer of having fun or wanting to have a good time or anything like that. So if someone doesn't want to drink, it is what it is. They don't want to drink. If someone
100%.
didn't want to like do something else, you wouldn't harass them for it. Like imagine if someone said, oh, I don't want to eat cake at this dessert bar. You wouldn't be like, why aren't you eating cake? Come on, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I know. It's such a big thing in Australian culture. I think the last few years, it's definitely like, a bit more accepted, I guess.
I think for us, we've gotten older and more mature, so naturally we're a little bit more progressive, if you want to call it that. But you do also have the health cucks on Instagram making a living out of saying that they don't drink piss.
Yeah, it's like they're flexing.
They are influencers, so they're influencing the public, the society, stuff like that.
It felt weird because on Saturday when I was like, I'm not drinking, then people were like, why? I was like, oh, I'm just doing dry January. People are like, oh, fuck yeah, man, good stuff. And it was like,
that's good.
I was like, oh, thanks, but like, I don't know, cheers. It felt weird though. Like, it was good that they're good about it, but at the same time,
it's weird the difference, like you said, between back in the day where you just get harassed for not drinking and now. But yeah, you gotta, if someone's trying not to drink, you gotta back them. It's already hard enough as it is for some people.
especially when like it's a good time to drink, like the hottest 100, etc. Shu's hell funny with it. He was like, he gets hell pissed off because he knows how stubborn I am.
Yeah.
And he goes, no matter what he does, or like tries, because Shu and Lewis.
Dude, Stu broke immediately. Like, he said he wasn't drinking. I rocked up. And literally the moment we stepped foot into that party, he was like, yeah, I love a beer.
Big Shuey, eh?
Yeah.
Loves having a good time. He had a good time. Yeah.
But I think that's the thing with people that don't drink. You know what? If you don't want to drink, whatever, that's fine. But don't act like you're being kidnapped by the fucking fun police, you know? Like, don't drink. You don't have to. But, like, if that turns into a boring cunt, then that's probably what makes people low-key upset when people choose not to drink.
Yeah, for real.
But then at the same time, like, you can have as much fun, but in a lot of places and scenarios where people do drink, it's a little bit strange if you're not pissed as. Or,
you know, when the people that don't drink and then they wake up early the next day and they're like flexing that they don't have a hangover?
Oh, that's me. Man, that is a good feeling.
It's a great feeling, but you don't need to flex on Instagram.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. So you're gonna finish off your dry Jan, and then what's the go?
I don't know. Apparently, I just get flat out in the piss on a random Tuesday.
That's the thing about you. You will be like, oh, it's my birthday. It's my missus' birthday. It's like, I'm accepting an award for $5,000 tonight, and like, nah, I don't want to drink. But then it will be like a random Tuesday night, and you'll be getting flat out on the booze, and you'll be like, oh, you gonna have a drink? Come on, have a drink, yeah. Like, just on
it won't be a random Tuesday. It'll be a random Friday.
It will legit be like a random Thursday evening.
Nah, it wouldn't be a Thursday. It would be a Friday after basketball.
Yeah, something like that, with no real spruced up reason to start drinking. You'll just
yeah, because we'll randomly just go to the pub and then they go down good.
Yeah,
but I'm really enjoying not having hangovers. So
the hangovers are killing me of late. They are, like, I'm not joking. They're killing me.
Yeah,
I can't. I need to figure out how to not have them.
Well, the simple answer to that.
Well, it's don't excessively binge drink is an obvious one. Don't drink is an even more obvious one. But I still want to go out and have a few drinks with my mates. Like, I got an engagement party this weekend.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wouldn't mind having a few drinks with my mates. But nothing too hectic, because the hangovers are bad. I love having like 6 beers, 8 beers, or say like a bottle of wine with my mates, enjoying each other's company, waking up the next morning like reasonably fine, and then doing the day like you usually would.
Yeah, so that's
Go
fine.
for like a big cycle or something like that. It's when drinking piss hell heavily starts to impede your following day and even week is when it becomes a real problem.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a few beers with your mates is totally fine. And it is good, especially in summer.
It's all totally fine, but yeah, you have to consider the repercussions.
Yes.
Yeah, I really, like I said, if you don't want to drink piss, fair enough. But the people that are like, that boast about it and they just don't have fun, like, It's your...
It's like they're judging you in the corner.
It's your 20s, you know. If you're not actually having fun or you're refusing to have fun simply because you don't want to have, like, responsible 4 or 5 beers, then that's also not good either. You need to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
This episode is powered by SJs, training, community, and everything in between for only $1 a day. Check out our free 7-day free trial now.
You know, this is not even coffee. This is water. A nice cup. Because I wanted cold water.
It's disgusting. Why didn't you just get a cup? You are in a whole entire house. Like, you think there's no other object that can keep your shit cold with water in it that didn't just have coffee in it?
I've obviously got my big water bottle that keeps shit cold, but
yeah,
I didn't want the big clunker there.
Okay, that's disgusting, but I understand.
Yeah.
I would never put water in a coffee cup, and I would never put like water into a fresh Gatorade bottle or something like that.
I hate water.
Because the residual liquid inside makes it just taste disgusting.
It affects it.
Speaking of disgusting, I want to talk about. Well, I was talking to a Sheila recently.
Go on.
And we were talking about hair, and she asked about my hair, and I says, I've actually got a mullet and a rat's tail. And it just clicked in my head. That's possibly the worst haircut you can get. Like, that's the two arguably most hated styles of hair possible combined into one.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if you haven't seen your hair and you're being closed-minded and you just think of those two instantly, you're going to think, oh, that's dirty.
Like massive, dirty, Darrow, whatever. But personally, I think this is the best my hair's ever looked.
It looks healthy.
Which is weird because I've had more like semi-normal haircuts that just don't look as neat, as tidy, as presentable.
But when your hair was longer, obviously longer hair is all the ends are usually quite dead, aren't they? On people who have long hair.
I didn't wash my hair for like 8 months once as well when I was younger, so it just...
You had a huge dread, didn't you?
Had lots, yeah.
Nice.
So I guess it wasn't healthy, and now it is actually healthy.
But you can't see your ratty, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You obviously can when you bring it out to play.
A few people do, don't get me wrong, a few people don't like the ratty, but like, I couldn't give a bollocks about it, to be honest.
Low key though, when people don't like it, does it make you want to keep it? What?
A little bit, because I don't really care about it. I've just got it there just for like shits and gigs, for lack of a better term. But one thing I've noticed is that young girls tend to not like the ratty. But all the older women that I speak to say that they like it for some reason.
Interesting. Like, what age?
I'm talking like our age and younger. I think the ratty's hell gross. But like maybe 40 plus are fans of it.
Who have you asked that's 40 plus?
Like Glizzy, Mandy, stuff like that. Like SJ's members. They rate it. So that's an interesting thought to me. Like,
do you reckon that's because they just know that you like it, so that's why?
Maybe.
Whereas the younger people are just thinking about themselves?
That's true. I don't know, maybe. But it makes me ask the question, to ponder the question of what's the worst possible haircut, do you reckon?
A huge frullet is one for me that I would never get, and one that I used to get worried when, like, because I've had a haircut before where they really made my fringe really long, and I made my mum cut it.
You made your mum cut it? How old were you?
Like when I got home, because I was how embarrassed, because it looked, like I seen a photo, and like my hair was like just short, but then the frullet was like, you could see it.
Yeah.
It was like a wave.
How old were you when that happened?
I was in high school still. So, what, 15-ish, 16? Because I really wanted, like, to try something different, get like a, I don't know, undercut or some shit. But then they just made it into a frullet. And I really don't like frullets. Like, excessive frullets. So probably that.
A frullet is just an undercut, right?
Yeah, but you know when it's like really long on the front?
Yeah.
Like, even compared to the top. So that's probably my worst haircut.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I would respect a mullet, because I've had a mullet. I've still got a little bit of a mullet. But frullets, I can't really mess with.
Yeah, I don't really subscribe to them either. Undercuts, I'm not a huge fan of. Like an obnoxious undercut.
Yeah, when it's too slick.
Like the full salad on the top.
Yeah, I agree with that. Where it's gone from like a 0 to like a 5.
That's a major one. And a major one for me, girl-wise, is It depends, because there can be really good ones, but a lot of them I just don't rate at all are bobs.
You don't rate a bob?
No, I do. Some of them, if they can pull it off, it's an elite haircut. But I reckon a good 80% of the time, they've done the opposite of pull it off.
Like, you think it's overrated then?
Yeah. I think you've just turned yourself as like a 25-year-old woman into the perception of like, or being perceived as like a 47-year-old Karen, if that makes sense.
When I think of bobs, I just think of like 70s.
Yeah.
Not sure if that was a common hairstyle in the 70s, but I don't mind bobs. Like, I'm not really against bobs, but me personally.
What about any girl hair? Any girl hair that like that comes to the top of your head that you're probably not as interested in? Like you don't rate as highly?
Or this was me as a young'un, like real young, like talking like primary school. I remember, this sounds a bit mean, but I really didn't want my mum to have like an excessive fringe.
Why?
Like, you know the fringe where it's just like dead straight and goes to like their eyebrows?
Yeah.
But it's like only on the fringe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she said like, should I get a fringe? I was like, nah, maybe not.
What, when you were like 10?
Yeah.
Or 8?
So probably, but I don't know, I don't really think about girls' hair, like ones I don't like. But
Yeah.
if I was to think about it, it's probably when I was younger.
Yeah.
I didn't really like fringes. I don't really care now. Like, if you want a fringe, have a fringe. But
Oh,
back
well,
then,
man, if you want to get any haircut, get it. What's it got to do with me?
but when I was younger, I didn't really like girls with fringes.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
A fringe is another one where it can be pulled off immensely, or
Yeah, I agree.
it can be like just not it at all.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the dead straight fringer that goes to the eyebrows, but it's only on the front of the head.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one that probably comes to mind.
A lot of the time as well, when girls get these kind of haircuts that can be really hit or really miss, they're just having like a mental breakdown as well. So whenever I see like one of our mates get a fringe, just got to take them aside and just check up and make sure everything's all right.
A common haircut for a while was, dudes and chicks were doing it, was like they would cut just the side.
Yeah, so like keep it long but just shave the sides and the bottom.
No, like legit just to shave one side.
Nah, I don't rate that. I don't rate that either.
Like, I'm not joking.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I just don't rate it.
Yeah, I don't rate it either.
Cutting legit, like shaving legit half your head and leaving the other half.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you going for there? So that's probably one.
Skrillex had that haircut for ages.
Respect.
Yeah.
Probably why I made it public.
That's actually good input from you with your Lego haircut. So that's...
With my Lego haircut?
Yeah.
What's a Lego haircut?
You know Lego men?
Yeah.
You know the hair they got?
Not really, but yeah.
That's what you got.
I need a haircut.
It's like they just plopped it on your head, see?
But...
That's your hair. Like, dude,
the one in the mouse, yeah.
Dude, that's legit.
Yeah, but they don't have a mullet.
Yeah, but if they did, that's legit your haircut.
Yeah, they don't have a mullet though.
You didn't have a mullet.
I got Austin said the other day your mullet's come through.
Nah, when you said that before, I sheepishly looked over it.
Austin said it.
Well, what? Is he the barometer of fucking
hair
deciding what haircuts are?
Well, I remember from a young age, Austin always going to a barber and getting fades, so...
Yeah, what's a fade, man? Like, everyone's got a fade.
I know, but I just remember him getting...
he got lined up beautifully the other day.
Yeah,
he got lined
really
up
good.
beautifully.
Another haircut that's really rank is just like excessive mullet, where it's just everything's shaved and it's like the bottom.
Yeah, like a drullet.
Yeah, that's what it's called, trello.
Drullets are like, buzz cut, but with like a big ass.
Yeah, it's just filthy.
Hell filthy mullet at the back, yeah. Because that's what you think of when you think of mullet, like a hell filthy Aussie one like that.
Yeah. You don't think of when it's like blended in like yours.
But also like the 80s mullets I reckon are gross as and have no place anywhere. So for example, like, who's the guy from Wham that sings Last Christmas? George Michael. Like, think of his mullet in like the 80s, 90s. It's just like really curly, permy at the front. And like, just really, like, it looks like there's been work done to it at a hairdresser.
I'm trying to think of George Michael's hair, but it's just like a retro mullet.
Kinda, yeah. Looks gross, I reckon. Like this. See how it's like so poofy, as in like dense?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't rate that. Yeah. That's a Karen.
I don't mind it. I don't love it. I don't hate it.
Would you get it?
No.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it at the same time.
Yeah. I don't. Well, do you hate any hair?
No.
So what are you talking about then, cowardice, man? Why do you have to? If you don't hate any hair, why are you staying there, cuz?
I don't know. It's a fact. Like you don't like, or I don't like it. I don't not like it. I'm just like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine, but you wouldn't rep it
But I wouldn't rep a lot of hair.
because you don't like it, or just cause.
Just cause.
But if you liked it, you'd rep it.
No, because I see some people's hair. I'm like, I like that, but I still wouldn't rep on my head.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Stick with the traditional Lego man haircut.
It's just, it's like
Apparently, when
when
you go to the barber, they just grab the Lego haircut and just slap it on the top of your head.
like, do you ever see someone's outfit and you're like, I like that, but you personally wouldn't wear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
You're like, yeah, it's a sick outfit, but I probably wouldn't wear it. That's just a bit of context for you there, lad.
Yeah, need that context. Well, I wanted to speak about every morning I've been going out and just doing a pee. And it helps me wake up. But, like, I wake up at 5, so you wake up at, what, 10:30 a.m., so you don't really see this. But basically the sun is rising a much later now. Like, it's starting to... I was outside at maybe, like, 5:20, maybe in, like, late December, early Jan. You reckon that early? And the sun was kind of peeking through. And now...
No, it's coming up as early as 5.
Yeah, as early as 5. And now I wake up at 5 and there's no sun.
Well...
And it's really... it's annoying me because I just want to go outside, do my pee on the lemon tree, look like
into the sun.
Into the sky. And now it's starting to slowly disappear. And that's going to piss me off and make me hell struggle with waking up early.
I always think about it, like when the early mornings go away and they're starting to fade. In my head, I'm like, oh, well, summer's done.
That's what I think.
And how annoys me.
That's what I think. And that's why I'm just thinking like we're taking time for granted way too much.
Facts. Well, because sprints, every Wednesday we do sprints. This Wednesday just gone, we got there and the sun hadn't rose yet.
Yeah.
It was just starting to rise, which low-key was pretty nice at the same time. But in a month's time, won't be getting up for like 30 minutes in.
And sunrises aren't good in WA. They're better than most of the world, but they're not that great. Sunsets are elite in summer.
Yeah.
Whereas
yeah,
sunrises aren't so much. Sunrises are elite in winter.
Depends where you are. You need to be in an open area where you get a good view of it. But in like your residential area, mid-as. But if you're in the bush, Lark Hill is low-key not a bad spot for the sunrise because it's open.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's still just a park at the end of the day.
Yeah. But yeah, really, like you said, summer's going.
Well, that's why we need to... I keep saying it to Marnie, is that we need to go to the sunsets more at night.
Yeah.
Like, because
you miss them when they're gone.
soon enough, in like a month's time, we'll still be at work when the sun's setting.
That's pretty confronting. And the fact that it's February in, what, tomorrow? When's February? No.
Sunday.
That's pretty concerning as well. Do you feel like you've achieved as much as you wanted to achieve this year so far? It's been a month.
A month? No, you always want more. Like, yeah, nowhere near.
No?
No. Yeah?
Well,
I've achieved a bit, but...
I don't think I've achieved anything.
Nothing?
Yeah. What have I achieved?
You got a bike?
Oh, true. I got a bike, but that's like I can do that. You know, I just spent some money. It is...
But at the same time, you need that bike for your trip.
That's true. It's that's an achievement, is making the steps towards that trip. But in a lot of other areas, not really any achievements per se. What have you achieved?
Yeah, not a lot.
That's what I mean. Like, you ask people if they're happy with what they've done, and they're like, oh, yeah, I guess so. I'm like, okay, what have you done?
I've built a few good habits, but nothing like life-changing.
Exactly, and that is what I'm trying to say, is that, like, January's done. The whole first month of the year's done. And you reflect and you're like, in real time, you think, oh, I'm traveling okay, I'm building these habits, I bought this thing, I did this small thing. But in reality, that's like, if there's 12 months in the year, that's one already gone. And you could just so easily just continue on the same path for the next 11 months.
Yeah, it's important to be aware of that.
So you can't, like, without freaking out or anything, because obviously that's... The time in essence isn't even real anyway. It's just a unit of measurement, whatever. But also at the same time, you got to keep a close eye on it and make sure that you're judging time appropriately and working enough with it.
For real. It's like, because Aaron goes away in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
That's what, because when he said he was going to Melbourne, I was like, oh, he's still here for like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And now he legit goes in 2 weeks. So, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, like, yeah, I could say I've had some small achievements in this year so far. But if every single month built up with the amount I've achieved this month, then I think at the end of the year, I would reflect on it as an unsuccessful year.
I agree.
That's what the sun rising way later is reminding me of.
Yeah, we're just got to stay on top of it, don't you?
Definitely. Obviously,
You can't let it slip.
You got to be concerned, but you obviously can't be stressed or worried about it. Like Abba said, just don't let it slip through your fingers, mate. Because in a click of a fingers, you'll be 70 and dead.
No, I reckon I can get to 80.
With our advancements nowadays, yeah.
90.
I think it would be a shame if you didn't reach 80.
I still remember when I was younger, in like year 78, I was Googling like the average like dwarf life age, and it was like 80. I was like, fuck, cooked.
That's more, no, that is more than...
Or maybe it was lower than that.
Yeah.
Or the oldest dwarf, sorry.
Or the oldest dwarf.
Maybe it was like the oldest dwarf, or something that was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Because that's another thing. You're not almost 30, but you're nearing on 30.
You're closer, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking knocking on the door.
I think you're 29 this year, aren't you?
I am knocking on the door.
Aren't you 29 this year?
Yeah, I am. I keep forgetting what age I am, whether I'm like 27 or 28. But like, you're almost 30. That's well past a quarter of your life. Well past. So you've only got, at best, you don't even have at best 3 more of what you've just had.
Crazy, yeah.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Like, if you live to 120 and were like the oldest person ever, you'll get to experience 3 more of what you've had.
But if you experience 2 more of what you've had so far, would you be pretty happy? Oh no.
Guess, yeah.
Like I would be. But then there would be a lot that I'd still want to achieve.
Yeah, but the thing is with you, man, is that there's just... I know you've seen heaps of films, but there's just still so many more and not enough time. You could continue your average of watching 4 films every evening, and you still might not watch every film before you die.
It's funny because people say to me that I haven't watched many films.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe Lewis or something.
Lewis, Jake Lockenhall.
Yeah, true. Realistically, if you live to 90, you've got like 2 and a bit more of what you've just had. But would I be happy if I lived the next 2 like the first one? With the knowledge, the newfound knowledge I now have, if I can utilize that, then yeah. And that's the whole thing with trying to achieve goals and trying to live your life to the fullest, is that with this new knowledge, if you do those 2 things, then you won't regret it on your deathbed.
Yeah, fact.
No one will be like, oh, I knew all this stuff and I acted on it and I'm not happy with it. The people that won't be happy on their deathbed are the people that, I don't know, potentially got that high-paying job that they didn't actually like and did that for 70 years, or always planned to go on these couple trips but never did. You know?
Yeah. Whenever people complain but they don't actually make changes, it always confuses me a bit. Obviously, it's a lot harder. Like, it is hard to make change sometimes, but at the same time, it confuses me when people just keep complaining about whether it's their job or if they're happy or not, but they still don't do anything about it.
Yeah, you definitely got to action it. But that is like a prime reason why I'm going to go on this trip. It's not effective use of time in terms of work and like career progression and stuff like that. It's actually negative usage of time. It's probably going to fuck me hell bad. But in my head, I'm thinking like that is something I really want to do, and I just got to tick it off.
Yeah, I think you'd be more pissed off mentally that you didn't do it.
Yeah, unless I went away instead of going away for like 40 days, I did something and somehow became like a multi-millionaire, and then I could travel forever, then I reckon I probably wouldn't regret it. But, you know, SJ's is not quite on that progression yet, so I don't think I
we get that. Trust the process. That's why there's actually a movie
yeah.
that I'm going to go watch at the cinema this week.
Oh, what? And with who? Marnie?
Yeah. Hardy Supreme.
What is it?
It's about, to be honest, all I heard was someone put it on the Instagram, how they watch it, and it was really good. Googled it, watched the trailer. I didn't watch the full thing because I didn't want to see too much. Just about this dude who plays table tennis.
Yeah, I remember.
And he just backs himself, and someone's like, how are you going to succeed playing table tennis, pretty much? I don't think the main message is about table tennis itself. It's just about his like belief in himself, how he just knew that he was going to succeed doing what he wanted to do. Not sure if it's even based on a true story or not, but so I'm going to watch that. Pretty keen to watch it. But it's just about backing yourself, and if you believe in something and you're willing to work for it, that you know it will succeed.
Yeah, I think there's one thing that every successful person or person that's achieved their dreams have in common, and that's the fact that they backed themselves at one stage and believed in themselves. That every single person that's achieved their dreams, that's the one thing they have in common. And that's the one thing that everyone can kind of have in common. Like you don't need to buy specific things to have belief in yourself. You know, you can actually just believe in yourself. It costs nothing. It's just about having that regimented mentality.
And that dog in you.
And that's like the thing that fucking pisses me off the most with especially kids is people who tell kids that they can't do shit. Like all kids when they're young, their teachers go like, oh, have a think about what career you want to do or something. And then tell us about it. And kids will be like, oh, I want to be like a police officer. I want to work at a bank or something. And then one kid will be like, I want to be like a footy player or an astronaut or some shit. Something probably highly improbable. And then the teacher or the parent will say, no, come on, like be realistic. Yeah. Why are you crushing dreams like that?
Just immediately shuts them down.
Like, give them the belief. Because if you don't instill belief into them, they're just not going to believe in themselves when they grow up.
Yeah, they'll just lose their confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's annoying. Dream crushers, they piss me off heaps. So if you have a kid and your kid's like, I want to become Italian, and you know that's impossible, just fucking say, yeah, all right, you can do it, man. You can do it.
Yeah, because there's a difference between, I guess, at the right time, making them realise how hard it might be to get to where they want to be, than just saying, like, oh, you got no chance.
Yeah, instead of, if your kid's like, I want to be an NBA player, instead of saying, like, you're like, firstly, you're white, which drastically minimises the potential of you being in the NBA. Secondly, you're short as, you got no chance. You could be like, it's possible. If you work fucking stupidly hard, there's always going to be a chance.
Death.
That's the way better way to go about it. Like, be realistic, but it's true. Like, realistically, anyone can do it if they're at the right age and dedicate themselves and have the right genetics and everything. But you just don't want to crush some kid's dream, like, when they're really young. Because then they won't believe in themselves when they grow up. It'll be way harder.
Yeah, I agree. It's like when my autobiography in year 5, I said I wanted to be a bricklayer.
You wrote an autobiography?
We had to in our school.
Really?
Yeah, autobiography. You had to do like a video of like yourself, like your life so far.
A video?
Yeah, it was like a slideshow.
Yeah.
Just a slideshow. With photos and text of like your childhood, your family, blah, 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 and then like your dreams. And my job was to be a bricklayer.
Have you ever done it?
For 3 days I did it.
Oh, when Colby did that thing?
Nah, my brother. He was a brickie, or he's still a brickie. And I wanted some money.
When was this?
Just finished high school, just before leavers. I needed some cash.
So you did 3 days of brickie work?
Yeah, I wasn't like a proper brickie. I wasn't like actually laying the bricks. I was just being like
Like the whipping boy?
Yeah, like I was like crushing bricks.
Mixing cement and shit?
Yeah, it sucked.
So you didn't like it?
No, I hated it. It was way too hard.
It's actually how weird how as a kid you can have a dream job and then like legit hate it one day when you actually do it.
Yeah, I just didn't actually think about it. And I didn't really think about like what job I actually wanted to do. I just thought because my brother was doing it, so I was like, I'll just do what he does.
So when you were young, you lacked critical thinking.
Yeah.
I think everyone. I guess that's a commonality.
I said I wanted to go to the Paralympics swimming, and then my job I wanted to be a brickie.
That would be sick. Well, imagine if your life panned out to be that. Like, you as a person right now, how would you look at that? If like in an alternate universe, you're a Paralympian swimmer and you're a brickie.
See, Paralympics would be sick. Like, it was always a dream of mine to go to the Paralympics. But, yeah, the bricky, I don't know, like, I don't know, if I was happy, who cares? It's good.
Yeah.
But it's a tough job. My brother does really well with it, to be honest.
It is a tough job. And it pisses me off. You know when people like are talking about a dumb thing and they're like, oh, like a brickie is a job. Yeah. They're building your house, lad.
Yeah, legit.
Like,
and he
go do it.
It's bloody booming market right now.
How close were you ever to the Paralympics?
Oh, pretty far off.
How far?
Very far off. Because I...
Like, you getting into the Paralympics versus me getting into the AFL, like, how
Probably
far?
similar, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
Because you made waffle.
Yeah. So, potential. Like, potential.
I went to nationals, age nationals, so in all nationals, or for swimming, for example, there's age nationals, which is, I think it's 18 and under or 17 and under. So I made that. But I never made open. Like, I had to shave, like, for 400 metre freestyle, I think I had to shave almost a minute. Or 45 seconds, which is a lot.
Do you reckon if you dedicated your entire life to it, that you could have potentially achieved that?
Open nationals, yeah. Paralympics, though, would have been even quicker, so probably not.
Yeah.
Because I only really got a really good coach when I hit around 16, 17. And that's when I, like, within a year, I was nowhere near making age nationals. And then she got me qualified because she just was a really good coach. And she knew what to do with all my training and shit. So maybe if I had it earlier, would have been a different story.
But you also had that back surgery and shit like that too, so that throws us back.
That threw me off. Yeah, it does.
Mate, that, like, you see some people make the Olympics, maybe not now, but back in the day, and you're like, how the fuck did they get... Do you remember that dude that come from a country that didn't even have a pool?
Oh, what's his name? Eric the Eel.
Yeah. How did he make the Olympics?
Yeah.
You know?
Obviously it wouldn't happen now because there's obviously qualifying times and that.
Do you reckon...
Like the standards, I think.
Do you reckon if someone said they'll give you $1 million, you just have to make the next Olympics, you could get into anything?
Yeah.
What?
I'd have to look at... there's bocce.
Yeah.
All different sports. It would be very hard. Don't get me wrong. It'd take a lot. I'd probably have to quit everything else and just dedicate time to that. Not saying bocce because bocce's hard sport, but yeah, it'd be very hard.
I think maybe not, but I think if I really dedicated myself to there's got to be something out there that I could be somewhat competitive in if I dedicated my entire life, like 4 years to it.
To be honest, something like there's bench at Paralympics.
Yeah.
So if I dedicated my life just to benching.
You've dedicated your life just to benching for like a year, lad.
Yeah, but I do so much training, like different types of training.
How much heavier? Because Dan's going to the Paralympics for it, eh?
He should be, yeah, I believe.
And what's he lift?
Like 150.
So you would have to get like 55 kg heavier.
No, but I'd still be able to qualify, maybe.
Oh, because he might
I wouldn't place. I'd do really bad. I think Dan is pretty much already qualified. He's just got to do it in a certain meet.
So he might win?
He's in a new category now. He's doing 49 and under.
What was he before?
52 and under.
Well, he might win.
But there's some strong lifters out there.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Yeah.
But no, it's a hard thing. Like, what sport would you do?
That's what I mean. I'm trying to think in my head. Like, I couldn't even compete in, like, the under 60 kilograms weightlifting for girls.
Yeah, you get smoked.
I'd get smoked. So, like, don't know. I honestly think I'd have a better chance at the Winter Olympics. At, like, bobsledding or something.
Yeah, it'd be hard, though.
Yeah, but I reckon it'd be way easier.
Have you seen the bobsledders?
I know, but, like bobsledding, curling, something like that, I reckon I'd have way better chance than Summer Olympics.
To be honest, probably in Australia, especially, because obviously...
That's what I'm thinking.
Still, that'd be hard.
Or, you know what? If I could somehow get a rugby sevens team in Slovenia, I think I could potentially make the Olympics.
So you'd go to Slovenia?
Yeah, well, there's zero chance I would make the Australian team.
True.
And Europe, like, don't get me wrong, they've got really good countries like obviously Argentina. Oh, well, no, that's not in Europe, but Italy and France and stuff, they play rugby now. So I reckon 5 or 6 years ago it would have been a lot easier. But still, some of the tail end teams from Europe making the Olympics, you could potentially compete with them for that final
Scrape
spot.
through.
Yeah.
Who was that cricketer that was trying to make the Italian... Was it the World Cup or Joe Burns? Remember Joey Burns?
No.
You'd Google him, you'd know him. I swear it's
Yeah.
Joe Burns. He's Australian cricketer. He's played Test cricket for Australia. And I believe he was trying to get into the Italian World Cup squad.
Because he's Italian.
Yeah. I'm certain it's Italy.
That would be 100% the only possible way that I could make the Olympics is try to find some sort of...
Oh, what about cricket for Slovenia?
Yeah, but the thing is, you need to get... Well, firstly, I'm shit at cricket.
Yeah, but does Slovenia even have a cricket team?
No, they don't. But the problem is, like, there are some cricket teams in Europe that would just be better. You know, there's like a lot of Indian and Pakistani people that are citizens of bigger countries.
Yeah.
And they obviously know how to play cricket. I honestly reckon there's like 7 people in Slovenia that even know what cricket is.
Oh, who knows?
Unless I managed, that's because they obviously play a lot of football. So they've already got that like field sports kind of base. Then I'd just have to translate that into rugby. There's a slight glimmer of hope there.
Should do it.
Maybe.
Start vlogging it. Be a good vlog.
Yeah, I'll look into it. That'd be hell funny. But it'd have to be in the next Olympics or the one after that because I can't be 30. I'm almost 30. If I did it in not the next Olympics but the one after, I'd be 38 or 36.
You'd have to...
I'd be 34. And
Yeah.
that'd probably be me last
When's,
shot.
when's the American one? Next year, the year after?
The year after.
28. Yeah, so 32. 2032 would be your hope.
Yeah, and I'd be 34.
Good age. You should do it.
Maybe. Imagine if I just dedicated my whole life to that. That'd be ridiculous.
Quit your day job.
We speak about the GOAT conversation quite frequently. And the same names come up, you know, like MJ, Messi, Tiger Woods, stuff like that. But I reckon there's a few GOATs that are flying a little bit under the radar. And I'm talking about in terms of being given the opportunity they have had and like taking it full-pledged, dominating. And I reckon there's a few names that don't get mentioned. The first one I'll say is Lance Armstrong.
I knew you were going to say him.
Because, dude, he literally won 7 Tour de France's in a row.
Yeah, you can't fault that.
That is not... I'm pretty sure the most in a row is like legally... The most in a row is like 3 or 4, and he won like 7.
But it just gets avoided because...
Yeah, because he took drugs, but everyone was taking
I know,
drugs.
that's the problem though. He just got proven guilty. So...
Yeah, and he won his first one after he had low-key almost terminal cancer. So doctors said you have like a 15% chance of surviving cancer. He survived. At 27... came back and won his first Tour de France at 27, and then from 27 to like 33 just cleaned up every single one.
Yeah,
after having violent cancer. And like whatever, he doped, everyone was doping, but you shouldn't dope, but like everyone was doping, so everyone wouldn't have won. And I think just to discredit that, because don't get me wrong, he's a bit of a liar. He's a prolific liar, which is not cool. But that doesn't take away the fact that he's a GOAT. It's got nothing to do with his performance.
Yeah.
He's lying.
He's still won bloody 7 in a row.
And that's why I would actually low-key put him up for discussion.
Yeah, you would.
Like, yeah, that's a... Today, Pogacar is the Slovenian guy now who's like potentially going to be the GOAT, and he's won 5.
So
and they've been scattered.
Still 2 behind.
Not 7 straight.
And he didn't have cancer.
Yeah.
One that comes to mind, I really like this dude. In terms of basketball as a whole, like NBA, what are your thoughts of Steve Kerr in regards to... This is how off topic, but I just saw...
I can see the advantage
Because
coming from.
in regards to what he won chips for balls, obviously. He won a few more at somewhere else. A couple more.
Yeah, he won.
One or two more.
He won the year that the Bulls ended their 6-year thing with, I can't remember who.
So like as a role player.
The Spurs. He won with the Spurs.
Yeah. So as a role player, champion, legend, and then as a coach. So not talking about just as a player.
Yeah, I know.
In terms of like NBA as a whole.
Yeah, well, 6 of his rings he won with fucking MJ and Pippen, which is a bit of a decent cast to be.
It does 100% helps, yeah.
And then his coaching chips he won with Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green,
Best point guard in the
Kevin
world.
Durant. So, like, he's won all that shit. No disputing that. But he's had a pretty good cast with him the whole time.
Yeah, test. Yeah.
But that's a good one thinking like outside the box.
Outside of the box.
There's not many people who have won that much. Yeah.
Because obviously it's hard to compete in the GOAT status in basketball with when you got players like Jordan, LeBron, Curry and all that. But one outside the box. Then in regards to point guard, Chris Paul. He hasn't won a chip.
Yeah.
But if he's won a chip,
nah, he's still not. There's just levels to it. There's levels to it.
I don't watch enough basketball.
Yeah. He's good. But, like, it's just hard because the GOAT is, like, the greatest of all time. It's like in football. Good players like, I don't know, Zlatan Ibrahimovic is just, like, 1 in a billion, but he's just not even in the GOAT discussion.
Yeah.
But he is... anyone would take him any day of the week.
Oh, 100%.
At any moment, but he's still just...
Still not considered.
Like, Messi is just a billion times better than
It's
everyone.
because how good the GOATs are.
Exactly. GOAT, I guess GOAT is someone that they will win at just any cost, at all costs, any situation.
Yeah. What about
Phil
footy?
Jackson's a
Oh, yeah, he's a GOAT.
Like, he's literally won...
He's the GOAT of coaches.
Yeah, he's won like 12 rings or something.
Like, in regards to coaches, you got Phil Jackson, then you got Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah. You also got Pat Riley is the Miami Heat's like director, but he was a coach back in the day. Whoever the Celtics coach was in the 60s and 70s would be up there.
What about footy?
Who's the footy go? Like AFL?
No, that's not considered.
Oh, that's not considered.
It's pretty hard.
Honestly, Dusty probably.
Dusty Martin?
I honestly reckon he
Nah,
doesn't
but he's
get-
considered like...
You think? I still think people go like, oh, Gary Ablett, like Wayne Carey.
I know, man. But I guess I consider him as a GOAT. Especially in like big games.
Yeah.
If you're playing grand final tomorrow, you're picking prime Dusty.
Yeah, for sure.
So what about ones outside of that? Like, pretty hard because a lot of the really good players were really young, like Michael Voss.
Yeah, you don't know with him. And he had a real good support cast as well. They had a fucking wicked team. Also, Richmond Rioli, not the new one, but like in the 70s. Morris Rioli was a pack. Like, there's a lot of players that I've seen highlights of and heard of, but I've never actually watched play.
Polly Farmer.
Yeah, even Wayne Carey, like, I haven't watched him play properly, but from all accounts, he was fucking stupidly good at footy.
Oh, yeah. James Hird.
Yeah, James Hird was pretty good.
Oh, buddy, Peter Matera.
Oh, jeez, he was good. Man.
Sick, but I hardly watched him.
I rated him, but since watching the grand final recently,
When he won the Norm.
holy shit, mate, that is literally one of the best performances I've ever seen. He would get the ball from like 70 out and just kick a goal, and he did that like 5 times.
Yeah.
I almost thought it was comical how good it was.
Yeah, it'd be good to watch now.
I don't know, because some people say in like the NBA that Shaq is like probably the greatest of all time because he was the most dominant player ever. But you don't know. And the comparison of that in the AFL is like Nat 5. Like, Dusty would edge him because he's obviously got the 3 premierships, 3 norms. But if you're talking about actual dominance,
Yeah. 5.
like in their primes, yeah. And then you
Yeah,
can't
he's
really go
much better
past Gary Ablett.
Junior.
Yeah. Well, apparently even senior.
Senior.
Senior was fucking good as well.
But I'd put 5 in there. So it's hard.
The-
5's in there, I reckon.
Yeah, but it's exactly the same as the football conversation. Like, Messi's the best. But the difference in football is that Messi is clearly the best, whereas in AFL, there's not really a clearly. Except for Ablett or Dusty, probably.
Yeah.
You'd be pissed if you won 3 Norm Smiths and weren't called the greatest of all time. Lee Matthews, maybe? He's slept on.
True.
Yeah.
But that's, again, we didn't watch him at all.
Yeah. And apparently he's a dirty... Do you remember when we were in Melbourne, that dude walked past us? Said he was a dirty bastard?
Lee Matthews.
Do you remember that? We were in Melbourne looking at his statue and I was like, fuck, he was a good player. And this dude was like, yeah, he's a fucking dirty bastard though. Yeah, that's good. We should actually get a couple people on the pod and talk about the GOAT of AFL. That'd be good.
Yeah, I like that. It's so hard though.
Yeah, it is. It's really hard.
Because there's an argument for everyone. All the potential GOATs.
Who, Darren Glass?
Champion. Who do you reckon will be the next GOAT? Dacos?
Yeah, he almost already is.
Yeah.
He really should have like 2 Brownlows for sure. It's kind of scary.
At his age.
And that's the thing. That's like something similar that happened to Kobe. Like Kobe should have really had probably 4 MVPs, but just things would happen where he wouldn't win them. Like Dacos might finish his career with like 1 Brownlow. Probably should have a few already. Bond should probably have a Brownlow. I got a punt on either of them winning the Brownlow this year because they are due.
They're so good.
Yeah, Bond can't go his whole life without winning a Brownlow. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. That'd be cooked. He's so good at footy.
He
He changed his game. Like, he's a player where...
He is just so good at footy, it's stupid. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Such a beast.
Hey, I'm Austin, the strongest member at SJ's. You can be the second strongest member for $1 a day.
Runders. So, exercise. Over, under. Short, sharp. Copenhagen's.
Overrated.
Sport. Padel. Or paddle.
Padel is overrated as shit. That's fucking loser way of saying it.
But it's,
Paddle?
Yeah.
Still overrated. But it's fun.
Yeah. Random. Hustle culture.
Hustle culture is overrated. No,
I still think it's overrated.
to execute it is underrated, but the speaking of it is overrated.
When people like talk about them hustling, it's like, yeah, good on you, champ.
Yeah,
What do
100%.
you what are you proving?
But also hustle culture, yeah, it depends how deeply you want to get into it because hustle culture or like never stop working, it's just unrealistic, bad, probably unhealthy.
But any successful person will say that they work their ass off. And not, so they'll hustle.
Which is hustle culture.
Yeah. But they hustle quietly a lot of the time.
I reckon it's underrated. Hustle
Underrated?
culture. I reckon more people need to hustle hell hard, way harder.
I agree, but the ones that boast about it and the hustle culture, that's, I don't know, promoted on Instagram and shit.
Yeah, well, if it's hustle culture boasting, overrated, but hustle culture, I reckon, is underrated.
Yeah. I like it.
They're good, yep. All right, I've got one.
Go on.
I only remember half of the one that I thought of the other day, so I'm just going to have to roll with it. Once a week, you have to live in a shelf in the shops.
Yeah.
So, like, as you would normally go home, stuff like that, instead you just go to the shops and live and sleep in a shelf. Or...
Is there a bed there and anything, or just nothing?
you can put a bed... You can
I
put
can make a little...
makeshift bed, yeah. Or you got to wear high heels to work for a whole month. So work's exactly normal like it was.
And
Life's normal, but you just got to wear high heels as soon as you step in those 4 walls.
And how long do I have to live or sleep one night a week in the shops for?
A year.
Oh. No, I think I just did the high heels.
Really?
It'd be how annoying, but you
And you have to wear lipstick.
didn't say that.
No, so you go high heels. I would honestly just live in the shops.
Yeah, living in the shops wouldn't be too bad. But it's obviously just like a month, like just tick it off, done. Then you don't have to think about it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but it's basically the same amount of time, just one's the whole year.
I know, but I like doing things quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe
I've heard.
they're both as bad as each other. But yeah, okay, I'll go the high heels.
All right. We've got questions, lad.
Hit me.
You want some questions?
Yeah.
Powered by SJ's community and Chanco. So,
If you have any questions, just DM us, put it in our questions box, however you like.
yeah. Question 1 from samoudeh, something like that. What's the difference between overtraining and under-recovering?
Oh, well, overtraining is just doing too much that you can't adapt to.
Basically, your body has like a threshold or capacity that it's used to and can manage, and you can exceed that, which would turn into overtraining. And that doesn't actually have anything to do with under-recovering. And under-recovering is just doing things that are bad for your health.
Yeah, so you might be training great, you might be doing everything right in regards to training, but you're not getting enough sleep, you're not eating right, all that shit.
Yeah. Because there's this historical argument forever, like hustle culture. You can't overtrain, you can just only under-recover, which is, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, you could literally sleep all day, but still overtrain if your capacity's low enough.
Yeah.
So it's not like a battle between training too much, but then not recovering enough from that. They're two separate things, I think.
Yeah, there's two different things, two different topics.
And you can train an immense amount. All you have to do is slowly build up your threshold to be able to manage the amount of external stress that you place on your body.
Yeah. You nailed it.
That's it?
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
Caleb Whiteside. How do you feel about using ChatGPT to keep track of calories and protein instead of an app? I reckon, honestly, intuitively, it kind of helps if you can memorize what's going on. So if you eat things regularly, like the same meal regularly, and you use ChatGPT to kind of work out how many calories it is.
As long as you're telling ChatGPT like the exact measurements, you're not just saying like, oh, how much is approx? This.
Yeah, so
Because then it won't be, obviously, it wouldn't be that accurate.
an app is way more accurate because
Yeah,
you
I'd say an app
literally
is
have to
better.
punch in. You either literally have to punch in the exact food, macronutrients or whatever, and then also sometimes you can broadly punch something in and then it will come up with like a more accurate guess of kind of what you're eating.
And I reckon an app you would learn more off just because you got to put a bit more into it. So
Yeah, see, I reckon the app you would learn more off, but the ChatGPT,
it might
just-
break it down a bit.
just by default, you would memorize shit that you eat regularly more because you wouldn't want to keep writing into ChatGPT.
Oh, some people love chat. So.
True. But, I mean, even though AI and ChatGPT is just sensational, calorie counting apps are literally designed to count calories. Like, that is their
That's some
purpose. And so, if something's whole purpose is to do something, it's probably going to be better than AI.
Yeah.
AI is good, but AI is not as good as purpose-built, purpose-driven products.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. If I was to do it, I don't know. I've never done it, but if I was to do it, I'd probably use a app.
Yeah, I would use an app. Well, I have used an app. A few years ago, I had no idea about calories. And I used an app for like a week.
But I think if you, in any way, you try to count calories, you'll learn a lot,
Yeah.
regardless of what you use.
That's the good thing about counting calories.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Last question, question 3, Terry Harrison. I'm strong in the gym, in my opinion. Why is it when I'm moving things like heavy sofa or huge Christmas tree, is there meant to be S's at the end of these? I feel weaker than my 68-year-old husband and 28-year-old daughter, who laugh at me saying, Mum, I thought you work out every day.
Oh, it's just because when you lift shit like that, it's how awkward it is. And the weight distribution.
Yeah. When you go to the gym, this is something people don't consider. When you go to the gym and perform an exercise, the exercise is executing a skill. So the more you practice that skill, the better you're going to execute it and the better you're going to manage it essentially.
Yeah.
So with a bench press, it's always the same thing. You've got your bar, each side is loaded. You kind of get the same technique down packed every time. Always the same skill you're executing. You can increase the weight, obviously, in accordance to the changes in your physiology and also just executing the skill better. Whereas a heavy sofa or a huge Christmas tree, those are foreign objects. You don't have a skill to execute. There's no step-by-step way to move one of these things. You kind of have to work it out yourself. And secondly, it's just very awkward.
Yeah, and you're not practicing that lift.
Yeah.
Whereas in the gym, you're going like day by day, week by week, month by month. And like you said there with the barbell and shit, but also machines. Like machines are designed to lift as much as you can. Wherever the hand is placed, the grip position, whatever. Like it's designed so you can lift as much as you can.
Yeah, engineers have created these machines in accordance to like people's biomechanics. I guess that's it. So it's just going to be super awkward to carry, like everyone. But that's also why, like for example, a removalist can just grab a giant fridge and move it, but then like a strong dude can't, because the removalist has worked years carrying like awkward heavy things. So they've kind of got like some sort of mental approach that they take. They like can look at something and think, oh, this is probably a good way to distribute that weight.
Yeah.
So but also at the same time, like it's much harder to say, grab a Christmas tree in front of you and try to squat up than having a barbell on your back and squatting that barbell. Like all these gym traditional exercises or machines have been purposely created to move the weight as efficiently as possible.
Yeah.
And reducing the risk of injury as much as possible. So I would just say don't worry about that. That's like
it's still strong.
Like sometimes I'll grab something that's 10 kilos and it will be hard for me to carry just because of the awkwardness and because I'm not used to it and I don't know how to approach it. But then I can pull like 210 deadlift.
Yeah.
And one's like 190, 200 kilos heavier than the other. But that's the reason why.
But it can still humble you.
And she said, I feel weaker than my 68-year-old husband. He just, it depends. Like, he's obviously very experienced man. He's probably done a lot of heavy lifting in his life. Farm strength is like a common thing that people talk about where...
Farmer strong.
You know, like, you could give a power lifter a spanner and they can try to twist something and they can't. But then you can give it to some, like, 50-year-old farmer and he does it just because he's farm strong. So, yeah, there's a couple variables to consider with that question, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Good questions.
Yep.
Have a good week. I'll review that movie next week.
What movie?
Mighty Clever or whatever it's called.
What?
That table tennis movie.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.